Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Today, we are on week 10 of my Self Love Looks Like series. But first, I would like to just, welcome to the Every Day is a New Day show and coaching channel. My name is Kim O'Neill. I'm a transformational confidence coach, really helping you to develop a deeper sense of confidence from the inside out so you can move forward in your life confidently and triumphantly. But before I want to get into today's self-love topic, I really just want to express how important it is for you to allow yourself to have the experience of whatever you're experiencing right now. At the time that I'm recording these videos, we have the coronavirus, COVID-19 taking place in the world. And while a strong emphasis of what I see, what I know, my role in being here is as a coach, as someone who's supporting other people and moving forward, is absolutely, I understand and talk about the importance of positivity. And yet, it's equally as important for you to allow yourself to actually experience and process where you are so that you can release that and move forward into a more positive, empowered state of being. So I really just wanted to emphasize that because, everywhere is being bombarded with so many different messages, and I really just want to connect the dots between the two. It's equally as important to allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, as well as knowing what you're moving towards, knowing that you're moving towards the light, knowing that you're moving forward. The more you go inward and process whatever you're experiencing, the more you actually get to start to see more of the light within you and start to things start to unfold and support you in being able to get to that place where you naturally see and feel and experience a more positive mindset, outlook, and that kind of thing. So I just wanted to emphasize that there's nothing wrong with positivity and there's nothing wrong with being where you are. They are connected. It's a continuum. So I hope that helps you in some way. That really just wanted to come through. And so that's why I shared that right now in this moment. And with that said, yes, we are on week 10 of my Self-Love Looks Like series, week 10 of 11. So we're nearing the end of this. This is really all in service to getting to that deeper understanding within yourself of what does self-love mean for you? What does it look like for you? What does embodying a self-love mindset or behaviors mean for you? I'm identifying 11 that I have found to be quite universal within this video series. Some of them may resonate with you, some of them may not. So it's really about taking what resonates and leave what doesn't. Because this is not about saying, this is what self-love has to be and look like. It's about you really connecting inward with you and getting clear on what your truth is. What fuels you, what feeds you, and what doesn't. And when you have that clarity, you now know where to direct your energy and your time so that you can continually be fueling and feeding, allowing yourself to be fed with that which actually nourishes you and helps you receive a return on investment. So you can continue to be fueled up and have the energy to do things in the world that you are here to do. So so there's really a connection between the first message and what we're here for in the self-love conversation. So with that said, let me just go ahead and pop up my notes a little bit here and and laughter is beautiful medicine. So, whatever your experience is, I hope you're allowing yourself to just move through it in the way that feels best for you. And if that's laughter, I know laughter has been resonating with me big time. Just take it in. Allow yourself to have those moments. So, okay, what I want to say here. Yeah. So I also want to iterate that my intention is for you to get to the place where you feel, keyword, feel as whole as possible. And so I say that because you may know what it feels like to feel broken to feel unwhole, to feel like something's wrong with you. And yet that's not the truth. So by gaining this clarity on what self-love means for you, it's going to support you to getting to that place where you now viscerally, internally feel what it means to be whole. You already are whole. You're already amazing and beautiful and awesome. And this is really supporting you getting to that place where you know that and feel that internally as well. So, okay, let's do a quick recap. Week 1 was self-love looks like accepting all of who you are. Week 2 was self-love looks like feeling into your personal value. Week 3 was self-love looks like prioritizing and acting on your needs first. Absolutely plays into what we're talking about today. Week 4 was self-love looks like knowing and honoring your boundaries. Week 5 was self-love looks like speaking kindly to yourself. Week 6 was self-love looks like standing up for yourself. Week 7 was self-love looks like speaking your truth. Week 8 was self-love looks like allowing yourself to heal. Week 9 was self-love looks like saying yes to your alignment. And week 10 is self-love looks like being consistent with your self-care. And let me shift on over to some other notes here I have for today's conversation. So self-love looks like being consistent with your self-care. So if you have been, following all these different weeks and seeing, this one resonates with me and this one doesn't, you may notice that there is also a continuum with each of these, how each one, connects to the other. The more that you allow yourself to honor your boundaries and prioritize yourself and allow yourself to heal and align with the truth of who you are, you'll notice that when you don't do those things, you easily revert back to a space of, feeling imbalanced, of feeling not so, in alignment, right? Feeling not so whole again. And so the key here really is about developing the ability to be consistent with your self-care. And this maybe I shouldn't bother saying this. This might be a short conversation. It's like after you do a detox or after you start eating healthier for a period of time, or after you've been exercising regularly for a period of time, and then you revert back. It's so much easier to, at that moment, experience the contrast of what it feels like to not be practicing positive self-care habits versus, am I saying this right? Because you actually revert back to the old habits, it's that much easier now to feel the discomfort or the dis-ease of not doing those things. I hope that makes sense. So now here's the thing. What's the difference? What's the difference between when you are consistently practicing self-care versus not consistently practicing self-care? You may be thinking, well, now that I just reverted back, gosh, it didn't feel that bad before. That's because you were in a consistent state of being in a state of not so healthy well-being, not so high alignment, not such a high vibration. And so your body was communicating the same messages to you then, but you couldn't experience them or notice them or feel them or even have the space to be as aware of them because you were in a continual state of being in the momentum of not taking as good of care of yourself. Versus now that you know what it feels like to take good care of yourself, it's that much easier to hear your body's messages. Let me know if this is resonating with you. So the key here really is that consistent piece. And that consistent piece really brings up the value of time. There's this one common thread throughout all of these, and that is the time. So while the act of engaging in self-care has value in itself, the emphasis here is on consistently engaging in those acts. Self-care, just like the umbrella of self-love, is something you repeatedly do, right? You don't just go to bed at, you don't just go to bed at an earlier hour or exercise one time a week, or eat one healthy meal and then claim, I'm practicing self-care, right? It's the repeated, consistent momentum that gets built up from regularly engaging in those behaviors that actually help you develop that momentum of now having the overflow, right? The filling up your cup. You fill up your cup so that you can give from the saucer. And so when you regularly fill up your cup, there's always something on the saucer. Versus if you only fill up your cup once, you give from the saucer, and then if you keep giving, now your cup is getting empty. I hope this is making sense. I'm laughing at myself. Anyway, so why does any of this matter? This matters because the quality of your self-care will determine the quality of your life. And that's all what it boils down to. So I'm at some point going to be saying more about this, sharing more information about this, but really just wanted to take a moment in today's video to highlight the value of consistency with your self-care. And so I would encourage you that if you're in this space of going, yes, especially as you're, as all these big things are happening in the world right now, if you're feeling it for whatever reason, right? Whether actually be related to the coronavirus or just you're experiencing a shift in energy or stuff from other areas of your life are coming up, this is a beautiful prime time for you to start to get into the habit of practicing consistent self-care. And so look at, what are your self-care habits? What are the habits that you have that aren't really working for you? And that if you were to tweak this or that, would feel better. Which one are you maybe most frustrated with right now? Maybe just sick and tired of, and you're like, yeah, you know what, that one, it's time for me to change that one. But maybe the only reason why you haven't is because it's a habit. I'm going to say that one potentially could be the easiest for you to start to focus on and change because you've got the momentum of your frustration about it. So change doesn't happen overnight, but if you choose one, just allow yourself to just choose one and start to make that a priority. And then you're going to have that experience of when you start to shift that and then feel better because you've shifted, you're going to have a quicker experience of feeling that contrast of what it felt like to when you didn't feel good because you weren't doing it to now how it does feel good because you are doing it. So start with one. Start to one and start to build that muscle, that self-care muscle. And there's another one. And because you've built up your confidence, because you did so great with changing the first one, transforming that first one, it'll be easier to transform the next one. So that is the conversation I wanted to share with you today on being consistent with your self-care. Let me know what you are taking away from this. Again, at some point down the line, I'll be sharing more information about this. But let's get into some pulling some cards right now and really enhancing today's message, supporting you in being more in alignment with yourself, on choosing yourself, on feeling, how amazing it feels to have greater self-love habits and mindsets for yourself, and ultimately how that supports you in being your own best friend. That's what all of this is about. So, okay, let's pull some cards here. We're going to start with the self-love deck. Okay, and what messages want to come through for everybody who views today's video? Okay, so this is so interesting. So the cards will shift up how they want to be chosen. This has been my experience. And so lately they've been saying, Kim, we want you to actually pull one. So I'm going to pull a card. Okay, and it was this purple one that was standing out. So let's see, what is this purple one? Oh, how interesting. This isn't even from the this is awesome. So I have a lot of decks here. Some of them are the same size. And recently when I was putting them away, I clearly put one card from one deck into the wrong deck. So there's an inner peace card here in the self-love deck. And the inner peace card that wants to come through is phenomenal. Right now, the message is inner peace creates world peace. The back of the card says, you get world peace through inner peace. If you've got a world of people who have inner peace, then you have a peaceful world. And the key to inner peace is knowing how to fill yourself up internally from the inside out first. It's all about you. It's all about you. And then the more you get clear on you, you might even get to the place where you realize has nothing to do with you. Okay, that's another conversation. So inner peace creates world peace. Wow, that was really awesome. Okay, okay, here we go. What's this card? Okay, we've got 3 cards here. So we've got, I let my light shine. I let my light shine. The back of it says, I am wonderful. I rejoice in the truth of my being. I accept it as so and let it be. You are wonderful. Just like I was saying, you already are wonderful. And I hope that you will allow yourself to let that just seep in and integrate and infuse every single cell of your body with that truth. So next card is, wait, is that? Yeah. I rejoice in my unlimitedness. The back says, I am aware that I am pure consciousness. I am one with all life. And the last one says, yes. Last one says, I am surrounded and filled with infinite wisdom. The back says, I am one with the very power that created me. This power loves all its creations, including me. Yes. So, this is beautiful. Okay, the theme that's coming up right now is how key it is for you to be in tune with yourself, with the core truth of you, listening to your inner guidance, knowing that you are so much more than your body, allowing the truth of who you are and your light to shine, because inner peace creates world peace. It's all about you. All starts with you. Okay, so let's move on to another deck. We're going to pull. I mean, I always kind of pull from a lot of decks, but we're definitely going to pull from a lot of decks today. So let me know how. Let me know what's coming up for you. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and pull a self-care card next because today's conversation was really about highlighting self-care. So, okay, what self-care card wants to come through today for everybody who views today's message? Okay, there we go. Faith. And the back says, have faith. Faith grows when you act without knowing the end result. Okay, this is bringing me back to the very beginning of the video when I was talking about that continuum of seeing positivity over here, but maybe you identify that you're maybe over on this spectrum. Have faith. The more that you go inward, the more you allow yourself to feel and process whatever you're experiencing, faith grows when you act without knowing the end result. You may think there is no light. There is no other experience than what is in the moment. Have faith that when you go inward, that is you taking those steps towards seeing the light, towards knowing yourself as the light. So, I did a reading the other day, last week, I believe it was. I read the book here on YouTube if you want to check it out. I read the book, The Little Soul and the Sun by Neil Donald Walsh. And it's just a wonderful book. I absolutely love it. And I've been receiving, positive feedback from people through different messages and things. And it's about forgiveness. It's about knowing yourself as the light. And it's also about seeing life through a higher perspective. And if that's resonating for you in any way, you know what? Check that out. It's only about a 20-minute video, and I read the entire book. And if you even want to skip ahead, skip the intro, then I've got the timestamp links in the description of the video, so you can do that too. So it's right here on YouTube if you want to check that out. Let's see. I think there's another self-care card that wants to come through. So let's see what other self-care. Oh, yeah. We have choice. The back says, reconsider a commitment. You have the right to change your mind. You always have choice. You always have choice. Here's the thing too. The more you allow yourself to connect with positivity or embrace with things that feel lighter, allow yourself to heal, allow yourself to see alternative perspectives, you open up the capacity to see that you have more choices available to you. So whatever that means for you. So in the context of the example I gave before, right? Let's say positivity is, maybe you see positivity all the way over here and you're having an over here experience. That's not saying, okay, now Kim's telling me I need to like latch on to this ultra positive mindset and perspective right now. No. That could be as simple as saying, I know there's something more than this moment. Right? I know there's something more than this dark experience I'm having. I know there's something beyond this, right? You don't know maybe you don't know what that's going to look like, what that's going to feel like, but just choosing to go, I know there's something else, right? And then choosing, you know what, just for today, I'm going to, shift what I'm focusing on. Maybe go outside, look at some flowers, start to appreciate and just find gratitude in those things that add sparks of light or beauty, joy, sparks those things with those energies, those emotions within you. The more you do that, that's also going to support you in being able to see that you have greater choice. You have the right to change your mind. So anyway, that's what's coming up for me here. So I wanted to share that here. Let's go on to pulling another card. And if you are in a space of just, whether you regularly meditate or you're, just getting into it, then I want to let you know that I have a free guided meditation called Get Grounded and Regain Inner Peace that a lot of people tend to love. So if you could use support in grounding your energy and feeling calmer, then I definitely, recommend checking that out. I've got a link down in the description box where you can go to my website and download that free guided meditation. Or if you've got the Insight Timer app on your phone, then you can also look it up and listen to it that way. Okay, let's go ahead and pull another inner peace card because why not, right? Because we have the choice to do that. Because we want to fill up on all the awesomeness and goodness that there is to fill up on. Because you deserve that. Because Kim said so. Okay, what is this? Let's see, I've got two here. First one is, my inner being is serene and peaceful. Okay. Notice this picture. See the light within the body? the more you go inward, and self-care supports you with all of this. So the more you go inward, the more you make it a regular, continual practice, you see that the light is within you. And it always has been. And you can cultivate more and more and more of that. And the more you cultivate it inwardly, the more you see it outwardly. So the back of it says, happiness, fulfillment, and purpose in life are all inner concepts. If you don't have inner peace and serenity, then you have nothing. I wouldn't go so far as to say that, but those mean so much, don't they? They do. Inner peace, serenity, happiness, fulfillment, purpose, in whatever way purpose resonates with you. Don't those add so much value to life? Okay, here's a second one. Okay, so it looks backwards. I have to look at it. It says, I release the need to determine how things should be. The back says, if you are suffering in your life right now, I can guarantee that this condition is tied up with some kind of attachment to how things should be going. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. So had a few conversations recently, just trying to think where they were coming from. Anyway, the theme in some of the conversations I've had recently is all about how, and it resonates with this card, it's all about how, isn't it interesting, this dichotomy that's taking place at the time of this recording, coronavirus, all of that stuff, how there's this perception or feeling that things are being taken from us, that things are out of your control. And yet the more that we try to cling to things or really immerse ourselves, allow ourselves to be taken full force into that energy of just fear and all of that. Oh my gosh, and I'm going to say something about that after I say this, is that the more we ride that wave, the more we feel that. And when we allow ourselves to accept the shift in tides, surrender, release control, you also actually open up space where you see more of what you do have control over. It's an interesting dichotomy, right? All these things are being taken away from me. I don't have control. And so I'm going to surrender. And now it's actually much easier to see what you do have control over, because you had control all along. And so the other piece I wanted to say about that is that even in that experience of being taken into the fear of another energy, of another something outside of you taking over and trying to control and limit you, that also helps you get to a deeper space internally. So I wanted to say, in no way do I, for wherever you are in your experience of the present moment, it all serves a purpose. And I'm simply attempting to connect the dots for you and show you that wherever you are, there's something beyond that. That if you are in the throes of fear and grief and all of it, then allow yourself to feel that, knowing that as you get to the place of surrendering and releasing, you start to open up space for more of seeing the light that has always been there and the love and all of that, which is going to also help propel you forward. So, no shame about what your experience is, and it's all connected. It's all a continuum. Okay, so what card wants to come next? I've got 3 more decks we're going to pull from. Yes, we are. We're going to pull from, let's pull from an Abraham Hicks well-being, the Abraham Hicks well-being deck. And if you are looking for a positive, supportive space online, other than YouTube, let's say Facebook, because like practically the whole world's on Facebook. And I know some are not, so that's why I'm also on YouTube. But if you are looking for a positive, supportive space on Facebook, then I also have a free closed group on Facebook called the Every Day is a New Day group. And so go there, check that out, answer the couple of questions I got there, and I'd love to welcome you inside the group. Let's see what message wants to come through in this deck. Okay. Okay. So remembering everything's on a continuum, right? Seeing the value in the messages that come through. So here is the card, and it says, the secret of creating anything desired, get happy. The back of it says, as you practice happy thoughts, you practice your connection with source and well-being. From your place of being happy, you have access to all that you desire. Absolutely. And start where you are. Start where you are. Okay. This is not about making what might seem like an astronomical leap from over here to over there. It's starting where you are and tuning into what feels good. And the more that you practice consistent self-care, you actually can understand better what it feels like to feel good from the inside of your physical body. Sorry, I laugh at random things sometimes. Okay. We've got 2 more decks we're going to pull from. We are going to pull, here's what I am feeling. We're going to pull an angel card and then a postcard from Spirit and wrap it up with another angel card. So let's pull one of Keith Leon's Walking with My Angels cards. This gorgeous deck. The cover looks like that, and the cards look like that. Let's see what message wants to come through. What message wants to come? This deck is so slippery. Okay, what message wants to come through for everyone who views this video? It's this one. Okay, so you already saw the back. Okay, so the front of it looks like this. Archangel Aniel. Do you have a strained relationship or friendship that needs to be healed? Think of a person with whom you'd like to experience healing and a pure, honest connection. What part have you played in this relationship becoming strained? Forgive yourself, dear one, for your part in the creation of disconnection. Forgive yourself, dear one, for your part in the creation of disconnection, and see how this forgiveness alone will change the energy of you and the person. Absolutely. On this note, if this resonates with you, I did another video the other day reading an excerpt from Don Miguel Ruiz's book, The Mastery of Love. That's in the book reading playlist that also speaks to this. And I want to remind you again, forgiveness is for yourself. Regardless of the impact it has on someone else, it's always for you. But what you do for yourself will have a ripple effect on those you are also connected to. So, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful message. Okay, that's our first angel card. Let's move on to a postcard from Spirit. What message wants to come through for everybody who views today's video? Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, so, oh, yes. Okay, so the bottom says, love your dreams. Okay. It says, dearest you, over here there is no mystery for us to unravel, as we know intimately how connected we all are, how the web of creation works, and how spirit is in every aspect of life, from the invisible to the visible. But it's impossible for humans to comprehend the complexity of how things actually work, because the most important threads in the tapestry, oh my gosh, that's a really long sentence. Let me start it over. But it's impossible for humans to comprehend the complexity of how things actually work, because the most important threads in the tapestry don't make sense in the dimension you live in. That said, can you feel the importance of these currents of energy that bring events together in miraculous ways? You can't understand with your mind, but you can know with your heart and soul. Trust that even though you don't know the how, the what, or the why, we do. Surrender to the mystery and have faith that the unseen world is watching you with loving eyes as spirit weaves your life's mysterious and beautiful tapestry in glorious technicolor. Loving you so much as always. Surrender to the mystery and have faith. Surrender to the mystery and have faith. You are unlimited and you have infinite wisdom. Your inner peace creates world peace. And so what if all you chose to focus on right now is your inner peace? There was something, wait, hold on. The word, we've seen the word purpose, and there was another word, dreams. That's what we've seen the word dreams and purpose show up a couple of times now in today's video. And on that note, I want to let you know that starting next week, I am doing or holding a free book club. We're going to be reading the book. What's the book called? We're going to be reading the book, What is Your What? By Steve Olsher. And you are absolutely welcome to join us. So if you'd like to join us, the best way to do that right now is either connect in with the Everyday is a New Day group, or sign up for my email list and you'll receive information on that. I'll be sending that out in the next day or so here. And you can certainly join us. It's completely free. We're going to be reading the book at the same time, and we're going to be meeting together once a week on Zoom to just, have informal discussion about the book. And so the book is about you gaining, more clarity on your purpose, on your strengths, on just understanding yourself better, regardless of what it is that you do in the world. So if that resonates with you in any way, because when you have a stronger sense of purpose and understanding your strengths and really connecting to that, that also helps you to see more of your own light. Helps you to be able to see beyond the present moment. So if that sounds of interest to you, then definitely connect in with us on the Everyday is a New Day group, or sign up for my email list. You can do that directly on my website, KimO'NeillCoaching.com. There's a link in the description box down below here. And I'd love to see you there. So we're still working out the day and time of the Zoom meetings. So hopefully you'll be able to make that, but connect with my list and then you'll receive information on that. So, okay, that was that one. And let's pull one final card. We're going to pull one more angel card. Before I do that, I just... Do you ever have messages that you're like, oh, that sounds cheesy? So you don't say it? Okay. So I'm just going to share with you now. And I'm likely going to go ahead and share this on social media as well, other social media. But the message that has been wanting to come through me, or just that's not wanting to come through me, but that I have been feeling inspired to say to the general public that I don't even know is I love you. I love you. So, however cheesy that may sound right now, it was coming up again. So, I'm just saying it again right now. So, whoever you are, wherever you are, if, I hope that message can be supportive to you in some way. And I'm going to leave it at that. Let's pull our final angel card. We might have two here. Okay, let's see. The first one is, oh my gosh. Thank you. Okay, Archangel Raphael. And what is the very first sentence? Self-care is imperative for a healthy mind and body. How much time will you take today to rest your mind? You can start right now. You can start right now by closing your eyes and taking 3 easy breaths. Visualize what you want to see and how you are choosing to feel. Your words are law and create. Speak the word and it is done. So this is, of course, emphasizing self-care, but it's also emphasizing the part of self-care that is a positive mindset, that is healthy self-talk, that is creating an awareness of what it is that you are creating with your words and how that shows up and is reflected in your outer world. Your words are law. Think about that. You are a divinely created being. Whatever you choose to call as your higher power, source, God, universe, whatever it all, you are a divine, amazing being. And what you say goes. That's why you can have an experience of something and someone else in the world can have a completely different experience of something. So, okay, there is that message. And let's just see, is this, yeah, okay, this is beautiful. So this other one just kind of was creeping up too. So here we go. Archangel Gabriel. There is limitless strength within you. The truth of who you truly are has no limits and cannot be stifled. Beloved, think of someone you know who exemplifies pure strength and know that you would not recognize that quality within them unless you too were in possession of the very same energy. Beautiful. Okay, I leave you with that. I hope you have found this video to be useful and helpful, supportive to you in this time. If it resonates with you, please share it with someone that you love. And I appreciate your likes and subscribes to the channel. Take care of yourself and let me know what you're taking away. I'll be back next week for the final video in self-care or self-love looks like. This 11-week series that I've been doing. And you know what? There's likely to be some more stuff coming through on the channel as well. So thank you for being here. I hope you have an amazing day and I'll see you again soon. Bye.